I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review of the Synergy ball joint set for all of you with either the Dana 30 or the Dana 44 axle in your 2007 and up JK. Today we are going to talk through the installation of this ball joint set, which I am going to give a 2 out of 3 wrenches. There isn't any major modification, cutting, drilling, or grinding necessary to get these installed, although you will need a ball joint press in order to get the old ball joints out and the new ones in, and there is a good bit of disassembly of your front axles to do in order to get access to the ball joints. So this isn't something that everyone is going to want to tackle. If you do decide to tackle this on your own in your driveway, you are going to have to set aside around 4 hours, but we'll get more into the installation in a bit. We're also going to talk through the construction and a few of the features of these ball joints. A new set of ball joints like this is for those of you who have large, heavy tires on your Jeep and or go off-roading a lot and have worn out the factory ball joints. The factory ball joints aren't going to last a long time with a big heavy wheel tire package, heavy wheeling, or with a low back spacing on your wheels, which can push the wheel tire package away from the Jeep. Those are all things that will add additional stress and can wear out those factory ball joints fairly quickly. So an upgraded set like this is a great option if you're replacing your factory ball joints, because you're going to get a lot more life out of these joints than you will if you just replace what you have with an OEM set that's exactly the same. These are going to be much, much stronger than those factory OEM ball joints are. Now, these are not an adjustable set of ball joints. You cannot adjust the preload on these like you can with, say, the TerraFlex. These are much more of a traditional style ball joint that is just built very, very tough and is very, very strong. As far as construction goes, the studs on these ball joints are a heat-treated 4140 steel. All of the wear surfaces on the inside of the ball joint are metal on metal to give you that strength. These are, of course, a greasable ball joint. They come with these silicone grease boots and spring retainers. They also come with all of your castle nuts, your cotter pins, your Zerk fittings, all of the stuff that you're going to need to actually get these installed. Now, some of the grease fittings aren't your traditional Zerk fitting that you're going to be able to attach your grease gun to and pump with grease. You will need a specific fitting for the end of your grease gun that is a pointed nozzle in order to depress the ball and fill that particular type of grease fitting. So keep that in mind. When you're installing these, you may need that additional piece for your grease gun if you don't currently have it. As I said before, the install for these is going to be a 2 out of 3 wrenches, no cutting necessary. However, there is a good bit of disassembly of your front axle to do in order to get your old ball joints out and your new ones in. This is going to take around 4 hours, give or take, depending on your experience and the tools you have at your disposal. Now, as far as tools go, you are going to need that ball joint press that we talked about. It's not necessarily something you have to purchase. Most auto parts stores will rent it or even loan it for free, but it is something you're going to have on hand in order to get this job done. So the first step in getting these ball joints installed is removing the tire and the brake assembly. Then you're going to be removing the outer C with the unit bearing and the axle shaft all as one piece, to finally expose the inner C with the ball joints in place. You'll use your press to remove the old ball joints and press the new ones into place, and then reverse that process in order to get everything put back together. Now again, I know I made it sound simple, but there are a lot of smaller steps within that process that need to take place. This is going to be an involved install that not everyone is going to feel comfortable with, and that's okay. There are shops that will install these for you without a problem. Again, you'll definitely have to have all your hand tools handy. You're going to have your ball joint press, and you're going to have about 4 hours if you decide to do this in your driveway. Synergy is known for making really high quality components, and their ball joints fall right into line with that. These are going to be a very strong ball joint that's going to hold up really, really well, especially when you compare it to those OEM ball joints, but even when you compare it to some of the other aftermarket ball joints. So I don't think that the asking price of $200 is too much for these ball joints. I think that they are appropriately priced. However, if you are interested in something that's a little bit more modern, a little bit less traditional, the TerraFlex ball joints that are adjustable, that are touted as the last set of ball joints you'll ever have to install, are only $40 more than these ones. And again, you can adjust the preload on those if they do start to wear out on you. So that is something to consider. If you're somebody who's a little bit more traditional, you want a more traditional style but very beefed up ball joint, that's where these fall into place, and again, appropriately priced. If you have $40 more, if you want something that's adjustable, that you can add preload to if they start to wear. The TerraFlex ball joints are available as well. So if you have a big heavy wheel tire package on your Jeep, you're running low back spacing on your wheels or even wheel spacers, and or you wheel your Jeep hard, chances are your factory OEM ball joints are not going to last very long. And when it comes time to replace them, you might as well upgrade them to something that is much, much stronger than that original equipment that's on your Jeep, because these are gonna hold up a ton better than those factory ball joints ever would. So that's my review of the Synergy ball joints fitting all 2007 and up JKs with either the Dana 30 or Dana 44 front axle that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.